first glance, we might think that these are newly discovered bioluminescent species, but these are planktons, and these glowing specks are showing us what they are eating. It's not food, it's plastic. Matter of fact, we might be oblivious that the table salt we're using has also plastic in it. Since the advent of industrialism, production of plastic has been burgeoning as it renders convenience, and it is indeed indispensable. It seems like plastic can be seen everywhere. And unfortunately, single-use plastic wasn't much of a big deal back then. Now, according to UN, 13 million metric tons of plastic ends up to the ocean annually. And it is being circulated to the current, and that is not the worst part of it yet, because it is being break down into smaller and smaller pieces, some ingested by marine species and some sinks down to the deepest ocean floors. What the shipping industry can contribute is what the MARPOL Annex 5 specifies. The waste can be discharged at 12 nautical miles and beyond, and if it is grounded, it can be discharged at 3 nautical miles. Therefore, we can tell that MARPOL Annex 5 seeks to eliminate and reduce the amount of garbage that is being discharged into the sea. Almost every category of garbage have to be kept on board, and it can only be discharged at designated port reception facilities. This regulation requires ship owner and operators alike to substantiate their garbage management strategies. The plan, on the other hand, is a written procedure of the responsibilities of the crew in managing, storing, maintaining, processing, and even the discharging of the garbage that their ship produces. The collected garbage makes it easier to discharge it in port. Processing is done by compaction, grinding, or even incineration. All ships and platforms covered by Annex 5 must keep a garbage record book, and the officers who write in it will need to be trained in the record procedures. The key to all these efforts is minimization, because the lesser the waste you produce, the easier to manage it. Garbage management is everyone's shared responsibility. Do yourself a favor. The environment renders us everything that we could ask for. So, let's do our best to preserve it. Agiles, signing off.
I am Lovely Joy P. Principe from MT2 Delta. I am here to discuss some human activities that cause marine pollution and where in the MARPOL 73-78 conventions it is enclosed upon. Let's start with human evolution. That certain gift that we receive from the heavens, and that ability that made us higher than animals or plants, and that is the capacity to think. To be intelligent is what it means to be a human. From the Homo sapiens, who survived by hunting wild animals, and then learned to cultivate the land and invented farming. Human beings now have an advanced civilization through innovative technological advancement which improved drastically through generations. As human evolved, there has been a time where man wasn't aware that some of their activities harm our Mother Earth. In this report, I will show you some activities that affected the marine environment. And let's start with plastics. Plastic pollution is one of the most widespread problems affecting the marine environment. the most visible impacts of marine plastics are ingestion, suffocation, and entanglement of marine species. The disposal of plastics are enclosed upon the Annex 5 regarding the total ban on garbage disposal at sea on Marpol 7378. The next one is toxic chemicals from industries such as agricultural runoffs. Industrial and agricultural waste is another factor contributing to marine pollution. The dumping of toxic liquids in the ocean directly affects marine life as they are considered hazardous. Also, agricultural runoff occurs when water infiltrates the soil to its maximum extent and then excess from the rain, flooding, and melting flows over the land and into the ocean. This can be categorized in Annex 2 about noxious liquid substances on Marpol 7378 conventions. And another one example of human activities that cause marine pollution are large-scale oil spills. Oil spills are also one of the great contributors of marine pollution caused by ship accidents. Crude oil is said to last for years at sea, and it is extremely toxic to marine life. It is due to the oil spill caused by Torrey Canyon that the Marpol 7378 conventions were created. Oil spills can be found on the Annex 1 of the said convention. Well, these are the example of human activities that cause marine pollution. And we, humans, should always consider that the state of the planet we live in, and thus, let us make ways to help minimize and prevent such occurrences to harm our Mother Earth. Thank you and good night.